going to see snow. Although this weather alert for the wind persists even now, right, Violet?
Oh, yeah. Normally, when we see strong cold fronts, you get that burst of wind along
And then
the
it's
cold
over.
front. Yes, exactly. But we're actually tracking a second wave of energy that's going to keep these high winds over us for an extended period. So the wind advisories are still in effect right now for the entire state, and they continue through Thursday afternoon. Wind speeds are going to be now out of the west behind that cold front that moved through earlier today, around 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour at times. And the strongest winds are looking likely to be along the shoreline of Lake Ontario because we don't have any friction with a west wind being drawn across the Great Lakes. And that's also why we have lakeshore flood warnings. And this is for Oswego and Jefferson County shorelines, not for inland, right along the shoreline. And that's because we have some very high waves and also that wind shoving water from one side of the lake to the east end, and it is producing some flooding along the shoreline. So just watch out for those areas tonight and through the day tomorrow as well, up until those winds die down Thursday afternoon. Now, we also have to talk about some lake effect snow that's going to be developing. We're not seeing any bands, at least yet, but it's going to start picking up as we go towards later this evening, sometime around 8 or 9 p.m., continuing overnight and through Thursday afternoon. Up across the North Country is where we're going to see the heaviest snowfall from this. Oswego, Lewis, Jefferson, northern Herkimer counties, and even in northern Oneida County, we have a winter weather advisory for this as well. Still going to see some snow in Onondaga County and for areas to the south, but really not much accumulation. So starting with this evening, a live look from our triple Doppler radar sponsored by Falso Service Experts. That line of heavy rain we had is now moving on out to the east, and we're tracking some wet snowflakes mixing in with the line of rain as it heads out with some drier weather to the west. Now we're going to see a steady west wind developing, picking up off the Great Lakes and producing some lake effect snow bands off the east end of Lake Ontario for the North Country and off the east end of Lake Erie. And this snow could even travel in across the southern tier, although it's looking to be light for the southern tier. The heaviest and steadiest snow will be up north. And it's going to continue for quite a bit as we're tracking a second cold front on the way that's going to keep these windy conditions over us and some colder air as well. So let's time this out for you starting with this evening. Right now, temperatures have already dropped into the upper 30s, a huge difference from the lower 50s earlier this afternoon. Now as we go through this evening, a west wind will start to pick up some lake effect snow bands, one to the north of Syracuse across the Tug Hill and one to the south coming in off of Lake Erie, although this one looks to be lighter. Now that heavy snow is going to continue up across the North Country and it gradually drops south as that second cold front moves in, looking towards Thursday morning to Thursday midday. And we also get a burst of wind from that as well. Eventually by Thursday evening, that's when the snow tapers off. Now as far as the wind goes, we're seeing wind gusts around 40 to 50 miles per hour. It stays that way through tonight, tomorrow morning, and then by midday they drop down 30 to 40 gusts midday Thursday, 20 to 30 gusts by Thursday evening. Then by 10 p.m. Thursday, it really begins to drop off. Here's how much snow we can expect to get by Thursday evening. Little to nothing in Syracuse, maybe an inch or two for the hills to the south, but the highest amounts on the Tug Hill where we could get around a foot or more of snowfall with lesser amounts outside of the Tug Hill region. Here's a check of your 7-day forecast. After this lake effect snow and windy conditions, quieter weather on Friday, warming up into the upper 40s, mid-50s Friday, and another system will bring us some windy conditions and some scattered showers, maybe some thundery downpours. Then we get some lingering lake effect flurries Sunday and into the start of next week, along with temperatures in the 40s and cooling down to the 30s by the middle of the week. Michael.
Thanks, Violet.